Hey, how's it going, guys? My name is Jackie Fish and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be diving in and taking a look at Distant Worlds 2 and the brand new Aurora update that has just been released for the game. On top of that, there is also a brand new DLC that adds in 2 brand new factions, which releases on the 16th of March. This video is sponsored by Fledgling Games, so I want to give them a massive shout out for allowing me to take another look at this amazing 4X space strategy game. So first off, the Aurora update that has been released for everybody for the game right now brings in a whole wealth of new features and improvements to the game, including a greatly upgraded engine, enhanced automation, improved fleet management, and much more. So overall, with this free update, it seems like the game has taken leaps and bounds towards a much brighter future, and the new Steam reviews definitely go ahead and speak to that, as it is jumped up to just below 80%. On top of that, there is also a brand new DLC that adds in 2 brand new races to the game. These include the Diart, which are basically like the psychic sneaky spiders. They get bonuses to espionage, as well as their hyperdrives and their ability to stay in wars much longer than pretty much any other race. This is a faction you're not going to want as a neighbor, because they are going to be tricky to deal with. Not only are they going to be invading the courts through espionage, they're also an extremely potent military force with their improved hyperdrives and ground attack strength. I mean, just take a look at this little extract from their description. When they are angered, the Diart become frenzied and temporarily insane, acting instinctively wild. At these times, they are extremely dangerous and become totally fearless when attacking. That doesn't sound like a nice faction you want to be friends with. On the other hand, though, we have the other new faction called the Ikaru. This sounds like a perfectly pleasant faction that you would easily sit down and have some afternoon tea with. The Ikaru are large muscular primates with short brown red fur. And as someone who plays Tau in 40k, this faction speaks to me on my deepest levels, because they're basically a peaceful diplomatic which really benefits for reaching out and befriending everybody around them. They can basically colonize every single planet type and get bonuses to stuff like terraforming. On top of that, they also have repair bots for their ships, so their ships can repair in the depths of space, and they get bonuses to their damage control and troop recovery rate. This faction is the perfect defensive nation, which I actually think is great for new players who want to kind of learn the game step by step. So both these factions release on the 16th of March. Be sure to go ahead and check them out using the link down below in the description, and a massive thank you to Slytherin once again for sponsoring this video. Okay, cool. So let's dive into a brand new campaign so I can kind of show you a bit more about what this game is all about. Many people do compare this to a game like Stellaris, but I personally think this game has so much more depth. So if you're looking for something more than Stellaris, this is the perfect game for you. We get to, of course, decide our galaxy shape, and I think what we're going to do is we're going to go for maybe some varied clusters. So there's going to be big ones, there's going to be small ones. It's going to be pretty exciting. You can also go all the way up to 2,000 stars if you want to. It's going to put a strain on your PC for sure, but if you have one good enough, you're definitely going to be having a blast with that 2,000 size galaxy. We also have a few other options to basically decide the starting tech, the galaxy expansion rate, etc. For now, we're just going to leave everything on normal and default. These are stuff we don't really have to go into messing around with, and we're going to play as the Ikaru, which is, as I mentioned in the intro of the video, are much more centered around being a very defensive nation. They get many bonuses to just being happy, forming nice agreements, just having a great time in the galaxy. And then for our government type, which we do get to pick, we're going to go ahead and take the Harmonious Utopia. We get some really good bonuses to population growth, as well as diplomacy and colony happiness. This is going to be awesome. It's going to allow us to expand our empire, which is much needed, because the negatives we receive from going with this is a reduction in war wariness, which is very bad because it means we're going to be giving up in our wars much quicker. Our research, this is painful, but hopefully something we can counteract by just having more planets, having more research centers. And then also the mining rate -25 is brutal, but I guess we don't want to devastate the beautiful land that we have created. We also unlock this special ability right here called Migration Factor. We get a +2 in that, which is really nice because it means that other factions are going to be sending their people to live on our planets because it's just a nice place to be. We then have this brand new feature right here called Leadership, and this is basically how you hand power off to the next person. Some factions can have absolutely brutal government types where it's just an all-out civil war, it's a coup d'etat, and that, you know, it's very disruptive to their kingdom. We, of course, have Harmonious Utopia, which is pretty simple. It's just an election. There's not really much in the way of kind of, you know, it is normal to exchange power. Then if you go to feudalism, as you can see, they have a coup d'etat and it's highly disruptive. That's going to cause massive issues across your empire with that. Luckily, Harmonious Utopia is all good. Okay, so now here we are in the game. Our faction is known as the Estin Nahar Perfection. Our government is a Harmonious Utopia. We are the Ikaru, who are typically passive, careful, and extremely dependable. Ikaru have natural skills in troop recovery, damage control, plague curing, and plague containment. Our leader is Colossant Pakol. Our home colony is Ishara, a forest planet. Nearby is a gas giant. Also nearby is the surplus of a volcanic moon and a rocky ice moon. Our faction has primitive tech. We are just beginning to take our first steps into space, explore, expand, and conquer. And there you go. We are zooming in to our first planet and also our empire, the start of our empire right here. If we zoom out immediately, you can see our solar system right here, which looks pretty full with a lot of stuff that we can check out. We can zoom in and take a look at certain planets which can be colonized. There's moons and also gas giants scattered around. I think the game said that we started off with a gas giant. Yeah, right. No, right here. No, two moons. We also have, yeah, the gas giant right here. So again, we might be able to colonize these moons. They might be too much for us. We might have to terraform them later on, but we'll get to that as the game does progress. On top of that, we can also zoom out and take a look around. It does seem that we have spawned pretty much in the center of our cluster. There seems like there's 4 different clusters on the map and a few stars in the center of the galaxy, which will make for some pretty interesting dynamic. I believe there's something along the lines of 12 different factions in this, so that's going to make for, yeah, so definitely some interesting gameplay straight off the bat. If you want to take a look at our leader right off the bat, we can click this and take a look at him right here. He is the Guardian of Life. He currently has not very good traits whatsoever. Can we get rid of him? Oh my god, he is awful. Yeah, he's so bad. Yeah, we might have to just get rid of him. You are about to permanently dismiss your Guardian of Life. This action cannot be undone. Are you sure you want to dismiss him? Yes. Can I get rid of him? Hopefully that works. I really hope it does because he is awful and I do not want him leading our nation. But when we click play, we'll basically kick the game off with a brand new event, and this is to talk about the story. There is an overarching story in the game. I'm not going to go into detail here because I don't want to spoil it. It's really fun uncovering the secrets of every civilization, but basically the gist of it is that there was once this massive galactic war, and then there was this other entity which we don't really know much about that came in and brought everybody back to a pre-warp civilization that scattered the galaxy. So there are many planets of even Ikaru throughout the universe that we're going to go ahead and discover, and also the galaxy that we're going to discover that have also been brought back to pre-warp technology like ourselves. And I think that is definitely one of the strengths of the game, is that kind of initial bonus. So we have just discovered a relic at the bottom, which has really kind of started us off on our space adventures, and you can see that relic right here. This relic is, I believe, has different bonuses every single time you start the game, which is really interesting. We get 9% colony development, sensor rate research, and also scenery. All them bonuses are very, very good, so I'm happy with that. Sometimes you can get some really rubbish ones which you just do not care about, so we're going to grab that right off the bat. We're also going to go ahead and take a look at our first ship that has actually just been built, and every faction has a different set of ship designs as well, which is really fun to mess around with. Yeah, and I love the Ikaru ships. They look great. So what we're going to do, this is an exploration ship. So right now, we don't actually have any way of warping around. So we're going to be basically kind of just normal movement from one place to another, but we're going to want to go ahead and explore as quickly as possible. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on our survey ship. We're going to control right click on a planet and we're going to go ahead and survey the system. So they're going to go off there, they're going to survey it, make sure, see if there's any valuable gases there, and report back to us. They're going to be moving very slowly and we'll take a look at that in a second. We all have also unlocked some basic medical systems and also a basic research system, which is great. They can go on our star systems and help boost our research, which is really nice. We've also, that's what we discovered on our planet, which was great. And then we also have our new leader who has shown up. And again, he's, oh no, this is our same leader, right? Yeah, this is the same leader, so I guess we can't get rid of him, which does make sense. However, he did gain some bonuses in population growth and also colony happiness and high-tech research, which is nice. Rest of it, though, is not great. We also need to take a look at our research before we get stuck into the game, and I love this game for the detail in the research tree. It is a massive. It's pretty obvious what you need to go down. You can also find your own special specific tech as well, so you can see right here we have focus fusion projects, which are only specific to our very own faction, which is nice. So these are the weapons we're going to want to be going down, and you can also see we can't use the bombardment weapons because our faction means that we can't. We're going to go ahead and boost this research by paying some credits. It's going to speed this up from 4 years to 2 years. It's really important to do this if you have the money because you're going to be getting tech that a little bit quicker. And considering we do have the negatives to tech, that's actually super, super important. So if we click play, you'll be able to see immediately this ship is going to be very slowly traveling across from this planet to this planet. It also has fuel as well. Fuel is a massive resource that we're going to be figuring out as the game goes on. So that's going to be a major issue. If you don't have enough fuel storage, you're not going to be able to traverse long distances. That's going to be a problem. And just look how slow this ship is moving. Until we get our warp drive, it's going to be slow business. We also have a brand new spaceport which just got built, or did we? No, we haven't built it yet. Have we built it? No, it's right here, right? We have a mining ship being built there. And then we have our spaceport being built right now. And one of the really cool things about this game as well is as stuff does get built, so right now it's being built from the planet, we're also, can we move this up the queue as well? Yeah, I want this being built immediately. So that's mining ship, boom. Yeah, we want that built. And a construction ship as well, because we can utilize that. But what you'll see is you'll actually see stuff going from the planet itself onto the ships. So like drones will be shooting up from certain areas, and it looks really cool. Yeah, you can see it right here. Look at that. That looks so cool. Just seeing the ships going off to start building this, and then once we build our space station over here, that will then start producing the ships for us. Okay, so I think it's also going to be a good idea to get a couple more exploration ships so we can explore our solar system that little bit quicker. So we're going to probably go ahead and build 2 more exploration ships. Yeah, let's grab 2 more of those bad boys. I think it's going to be really useful, and we should start to see them being spawned in. We also have a brand new scientist, which is good. He hasn't got any traits quite yet, but hopefully he does. And oh my god, look at his glasses. This dude is an absolute baller. How is our science ship going? Is getting there. Oh, we also discovered some Ishire, and these provide us certain bonuses, which is really nice. It's going to be some extra colonial development speed and also colonial income, which is all good stuff. There are an absolute ton of resources in the game, and as we progress through, you'll start to discover more. There's stuff that is used for research. There's stuff that's used for buildings. There's stuff that's used to keep your people happy, and trading is a big part of the game as you get further and further on. You can actually see some of the resources right here. So I think these are just the known ones to us. This is what we have in our stockpile right now. We have stuff like Caslon, which is the fuel of the galaxy. Everybody uses that to get around, so it's a very valuable resource, and you're going to want to go ahead and get as much of this as you can because it's going to be useful, especially in times of war. And then you have stuff like silicon, which is used for construction. We also have steel and other things, which are going to be, again, very, very important to acquire into our kingdom. Our first construction ship has now been built right here. There isn't much for it to do right now. We have to kind of wait until our science ship has kind of discovered this, but we could start sending it out there because eventually it is going to have to go out here. So we might as well start sending it out and making its way over there because we're still not that close to the warp drive. So let's get it over here for now and it will hopefully do its thing. Okay, our science ship is now here shooting all these probes that you guys can see onto the gas giant to basically discover what it is. We're mainly looking for a resource called Caslon. Hopefully we can find that because that's going to be very important to get into our empire. Oh, and nice. We have now discovered the actual gas giant right here. Now that our exploration ship has done its job, perfect. We can go ahead and see exactly what's on the planet. So we have some Krypton, we have some Catalon, and we also have some Argon. These red squares are showing that we're currently in an Empire deficit. So this is kind of an important resource to grab. We're actually not in a deficit of Argon at the moment, but obviously that could change the later we go on. So we're going to send our construction ship over to start producing there. I think the game is actually automatically doing it because I haven't adjusted that, and this is a good time to actually take a look at that. Over to the left hand side and you click up this button, you can see everything in the game, and this is, again, looks kind of intimidating, but what you can do is you can go through here and decide stuff that you want to manually control in the game. So for example, if we go on construction, we currently have our ship and base design on automatic. That's fine at the moment. However, base construction, I think it would be a good idea for me to manually control that, and also ship construction, I could decide to control it. We're just going to do base construction because I want to manage what we're mining and when we're mining. A lot of this stuff, again, you can ignore. They're a bit more finite, but yeah, you can just go to these buttons and be like, okay, actually, I want to do base construction, so we're going to leave that on that. Maybe I want to go ahead and manage my fleet formations, and the fleet ships will do that. Research-wise, we want to do research on manual. I want to do all our research right off the bat, and you can basically just turn stuff on that you want to do and turn off stuff you don't want to manage, and I think the game really does flourish when you find a perfect mix of these features. Nice, our spaceport has also now just been produced. This is going to be great. It's going to allow us to start producing ships at double the rate, and you can see the game is immediately starting to build these small frigates. These frigates are going to be very useful for just transporting resources across the galaxy, which is going to be very, very useful. Our exploration ships being built, yeah, we've got 2 exploration ships being built, as well as a ton of other small frigates, which is very useful. What we can do now is we can take our other exploration ship and we can now move it over here and start to survey this ice moon as well. We are getting very close to actually having the next warp drive research, which will allow us to basically jump from here to here in like a matter of seconds. That's going to really expand out the speed at which we do discover our very own solar system. Very nice. Our next exploration ship has now been constructed, which is perfect, and it's immediately going to explore more of our own planet, which is pretty interesting. The fact that, that is something that it can do. The more of this you expand, the better. And boom, we have finally discovered hyper technology. The early warp field is very important. So we've got that done right off the bat, which is awesome. It's going to allow us to just start exploring our own solar system. The next thing we're going to want to probably take a look at is probably research facilities and probably research labs. This is a very important resource. However, we are going to be interacting with pirates soon as well, so it's not a bad idea to maybe try and grab some extra beam weapons right off the bat. This would be 9 years to research, which isn't perfect. Getting early deflectors is good. It just makes your ships a little bit stronger. So I think that's what we're going to do. I think we're going to grab up early deflectors as quickly as possible, and I'm going to pay the 7,000 credits to half this from 4 years to 2. I think it's going to be worth it to grab that, and that'll just basically allow us to able to tank some shots from the pirates when they do turn up, because you can find yourself in some tricky situations when you do. We also have a new scientist as well. Welcome, my friend. It's always good to have more people working for the greater good of the Ikaru. This also does mean as well that we do have to retrofit our own ships as well, because now we have the hyperdrive in there, so we're going to send this to retrofit, and that's going to basically obtain a brand new one. The game also is suggesting for me to build some more Pathfinders. Yeah, I'll build another one. Why not? Let's get that bad boy on the go. So as you can see right now, this ship is going to come back to the space station to retrofit, whereas our other ship right here doesn't have that warp drive yet. You'll have to go all the way back, which we'll do momentarily. Right now, though, we have this ship as well making its way over here to build a mining station right there, and it's probably not a bad idea either to build another construction ship, right? Because we only have, one construction ship, which again doesn't have a warp drive yet. So let's maybe build one more, and we're going to go ahead and click purchase on that, so it's going to be built. We also have discovered some more Ishar resources as well, so some more polymer, which is good. None of these resources are that needed, but they're luxury. Yeah, these two are luxury, so they're giving us overall bonuses, and hopefully we'll discover that last resource. Nice, another ship has now been built right here. Now, do you have, so you can see their range now that they can warp to with that drive. Let's stick you on, explore, so you can also adjust the automation level as well, which is kind of cool. So right now, we're going to stick this on auto explore. This means that they're going to be able to, maneuver their way wherever they want to, and we're about to make our first jump. Where are we jumping to right now? Yeah, right there. We're making our first jump, and you can see, look at the speed of that right off the bat, how quick that was. And our mining ship has come over here, so we can have mining ships and also mining stations. Mining ships basically go and mine the resources, walk back to wherever they need to walk back to hand off the resources, and mining stations collect them resources, and stuff like frigates and freighters will go to their mining stations to collect the resources that are being mined. So you'll see that momentarily now that we have a brand new mining station under construction. So how are we doing now? Nice. We've discovered some more resources. So, industry research rate from this deposit. We're going to want to get this and mine here immediately. So we can also build a research station here or a mining. Can we build both? I'm not sure if we can build both. We're going to queue that bad boy up by just clicking this button because, as you guys remember, I did set our research to be manually done and our building to be manually done. I'm also going to send this ship back to... Are you done now? Yeah, you're done now, right? Yeah, so we're going to send you back to retrofit so you can get that warp drive on the go, and now you can see the rest of our exploration popping off. You can also see all of our exploration ships right here. Really easy to find them. You just go ahead and click this button and you'll be able to get access to all of your ships. So again, we're going to stick these guys on probably just auto scout systems. So yeah, auto explore on everybody, I think. For now, we don't need to leave everybody on fully automated, so they're just going to do their thing. Again, I could micromanage that if I wanted to, but I think we'll just leave these 4 on to do their thing, and they should basically zip around the solar system. We also have constructed our very first mining structure as well, which is good. So this will start to basically mine the planet or the gas giant for resources. You can see the resources going up right now, and then you'll start to see our very first, I guess, kind of like spacefaring empire begin, because now frigates are going to start, or sorry, freighters are going to start warping out there to the mining station to then bring them back to the planet where the resources can be used. And that's basically, kind of the basis of the economy of the game. Once we need to build more of these, I'm going to say no for now. I think 4 is more than enough, and we've also discovered some more resources. Again, you can see immediately our ships are going off now, so right off the bat, this Pathfinder is going off to discover what's out here, which is very cool. But you can already start to see kind of how the economic gameplay loop does go. And as you progress through a game, this is going to get on a larger and larger scale. However, the game does a great job at kind of just keeping it quite minimal. Again, you can kind of basically do everything in these tabs up here. So right now I can see the mining locations. I mean, yeah, let's immediately build this. You can see it's not automatically building now because we turned off the automatic ability right there. So again, right now we're going to go and click to build this because this is going to be an important one to grab into our kingdom. We need these crystals, we need these stones, and we need these root. I think they're all luxury resources. No, that's a production resource, and that's a production resource as well, whereas this is a luxury resource which will give us bonuses. So we want to get that back into our kingdom immediately. And oh no, we discovered a junkyard. This is not good. This is a pirate base, I believe. A collection of ships lying around. Base looks to be inhabited, and yes, we need to stay away from that, because that means now basically pirates going to start causing us some problems. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to build some military ships like immediately. So as of right now, we don't exactly have a ton of very good ships. Also, keep in mind that every ship that we currently have is being automatically produced, and I recommend leaving on automated until you get a better feel of the game. But to basically go in and edit stuff, you can just go, so for example, we want to find where our escort is. That's going to be our first fighting ship, and you want to go ahead and click edit right here. Again, it may look a bit intimidating. Trust me, it's not. How it comes down to it is you have your design bays right here. This is the ship design, and then you have all your modules. So for example, if you want more guns, you want to stick more guns on it, you click this, you find a slot that is 18 or bigger, and you put it on. Right now we have a wave bomb and a particle beam. They're going to be our 2 guns. For example, if I maybe wanted to go ahead and stick another particle beam on, I could do something like that, and that would go on it, and I'd have 2 particle beams. For example, 2 medium particle beams could go on and be very devastating as well. And that, that's basically how you design ships. There are plenty of things to keep into account though. Of course, you're going to want to make sure that you have enough basic fuel cells so you can get around. You're going to want to have a skip drive, which is our warp drive. And this just expands. The more research you get, the better you can go. You can have scouting ships with better sensors that will sense for and target for bigger ships. You can have better medical bays, ships to storm enemy ships and board them. There's lots you can do with it. But right now, though, we're just going to leave it as is. I think the AI has done a fine job at creating our escorts, and we're going to want to build some right off the bat. So I think we have 12k, so we can go up to maybe 10 of these ships. Can't quite go up to another one, unfortunately. But I think it's important. I think it's important we get our military fleet around, because the pirates are going to start harassing our mining bases quite goddamn quickly. We also have this. What is this? Is this one of our... Oh, that's our ship retrofitting, and we have our mining ship here as well. And yeah, you can see immediately they're coming in and causing us some issues. Hopefully this... yeah, they just warped out. Good. Okay, we'll just stay away from this at all costs. We do not want to mess with these guys for now. They don't really have anything too scary. And are these destroyed? I think a lot of these are like underutilized. Okay, but we're going to like get there. We have to get through this base, which has very scary weapons, lots of interceptors, bombers, and other stuff as well. And you can see the pirate lord right there, causing us some issues. Okay, so we'll stay away from there. That's absolutely fine. How are we looking mining wise? How many mining ships do we actually have? We have 3 mining ships, which is good. And how many construction ships do we have right now? We just have the 2, right? Yeah, we have this one that's manually being controlled. So we're going to stick you on automated. I like having the construction ships on automated, because basically that means when I give them an order to do something, they'll go and do it. And I think that's really, really useful. Like, I've turned on so I dictate when they build something, but if I dictate it, the AI will decide what ship is best suited to go and build that thing, which is really nice. We're also immediately losing money as well from building all of their military ships, which is not great. Our fleet is now being built, which is perfect. We're going to need to build up a fairly large scale fleet as best as we can. I'm going to stick all of these into their own fleet as well once they're all built. So we'll wait for them to all be built, and that should be very, very useful. Yeah, money is a bit of an issue right now. Hopefully we can sort that out, but the sooner we sort that out, the better. Again, you can take a look at your economy right here as well. You can give more funds to research, economy growth, and other things. And it's also quite easy to dictate where your military ships are, because you can see them right there. Nice. Boom. That's big. So our deflectors have now been built, which means our ships can now have shields. As of right now, you can see that they don't actually have any shields on them. So we're going to want to make sure that the AI is putting them on there, which I assume they're going to right off the bat, which is going to be a big boost to us. Oh, wow. And it looks like the pirates actually did manage to destroy that one of my ships. That sucks a lot. That's not good whatsoever. Okay, that's fine. We've got another mining ship making their way out here to, I guess, go start to mine this, which is fine. Our research station has now been complete, which is good. So we are now, I believe, getting, yeah, an industry bonus. Whenever we research industry, we get 19% more because of this research hub right here. That's pretty good. That is pretty good indeed. Anything else for us to build? Yeah, another mining station right here would be great. We are apparently in a shortage of carbonate, so we'll grab that up. We'll send one of these other ships off to grab that. And yeah, as I said, I want to make sure that we get our military up and running as quickly as possible. We currently have, what, 3 escort ships in the go, and this is, I assume, going to come in and retrofit to get them shields as well. 4 ships aren't going to be massive. It should hopefully be enough to repel any pirate invasion. But for now, we're going to hopefully just kind of try and improve that. Again, getting to a positive cash flow is pretty important. Oh yeah, and we're also not researching. That would be useful. Next thing I think I'm going to grab is probably armor plating. Again, that would be useful. Unfortunately, we don't have the money to boost it this time because we've already spent it all on building the actual ships themselves. But yeah, I'm going to grab, I think, armor plating. It's going to be useful just to have our ships so they can take a hit or two. We can't actually improve our weaponry right now because we don't have the money to do that. Yeah, we're going to grab that, and I'm going to queue some other stuff up as well. Basic targeting would be good, but we also can't neglect our civil engineering either. Like, better storage is great. Having our better research is also important. But for now, we're just going to grab armor plating, and hopefully by the time armor plating is done, we should have had our cash flow a bit better sorted. I mean, to be fair as well, we could go try and increase our taxes on our planet if we wanted to. Right now, we've got it on automated, but we could come here and we could try and improve these taxes and kind of make the people, I guess, a little bit more unhappy. I don't think that would be best suited for now. Our economy is sorting itself out just slowly but surely, and we did just go do a big old bit of military spending as well, which is understandable to why. We also have, so the AI is currently commanding our fleets, I believe, and we actually have them escorting our ships. Again, you can do some really cool stuff, and I can tell like some ships to be automated and escort. I can tell some ships to be manually controlled. The game really does allow you to kind of adjust them features how you want to. But look how cool this is. Just like these ships are just off on their own, kind of being part of the Empire. I've got it escorting. I think for now, though, we're going to want to probably combine these ships into their very own fleet. I think that's going to be important. I want you as well to be part of a pre-existing fleet as well. We can then take a look at our fleets. So here we go. This is our fleet. And right here, we can currently set it to defend, which I think is pretty important. So we're going to defend all targets within 50% range of the Isha spaceport. So anything between 50% of their fuel, they're going to go and defend if anything comes in and attacks them, which is really nice. So this is basically like our response fleet. If pirates turn up at any of our mining stations, these ships are going to be sent out and try and deal with them. We can also see the current threat as well. So we actually discovered another pirate base out here, did we? Or is that the same one? No, it looks like the same one. Is it? I think so, right? This one is right here. Oh no, we have 2 pirate bases. Yeah, Smuggler's Hideaway and a Smuggler's Lair. Okay, that's nice. We got unlucky right there. That's a lot of pirates to have to deal with. I definitely don't think it'll be a bad idea as well to go up to 3 construction ships, considering we are, starting to really get to grips with our own solar system. So we're going to construct another ship that's going to either produce at our planet, which I believe it's not. Yeah, it's going to go at the space station because space stations takes priority and then it goes to anything else. You can also see a lot of our escorts as well. They're coming into retrofit, I believe, and they'll have to retrofit again once the armor is done. But yeah, you can actually see they've actually got shields now because we built them deflectors in on them, which is really, really cool. And you can see a lot of the frigates as well jumping around or freighters, I keep on calling them frigates, freighters around to pick up the resources from the mining station to bring them back to our home system. I think our next construction ship has immediately been built, which is really good because they are starting to wrap up a few more locations that wouldn't be a bad idea to go ahead and build at. For example, this one right here gives us silicon. We need that for building. That's an important one to grab. Remember, what's this? This is very dense smelted from ore and is often found in metallic wells. To say what it's used for, I'm not sure how important that is into like the overall production. This asteroid's going to be pretty important to build in though. Yeah, this entire asteroid field is going to be pretty important because we are currently lacking, we actually do need them, but then I guess for construction. So we'll build a ship here in the asteroid field, and I guess we'll also build here. Again, you want to be careful with not building too many of these mines and these mining stations because you do have to pay for them. You do have to upkeep them, so them costs do start to rack up over time, but generally the resources you get from it are more than enough. That's why I'm not building on any of these other ones, which we just don't need right now. Oh, nice as well. Our armor plating has also now been built, which is perfect. So now I'm hoping we'll have enough money to actually go up and start improving something a little bit different. I think research labs is an important one to grab, so we're going to buy that immediately. I doubt we have enough money to boost it. Oh, we actually have 11k. Where did we get that from? I'm actually too sure. Game wants me to build more of that, and we've discovered steel, which is important. Yeah, because this is, what, 2 years? 2 years actually isn't that long. And for 11,000 credits, I don't think it's even worth it to boost it. So we're going to leave it as is. And yeah, just get that in 2 years, which I think is perfect. That does now mean, though, we should be able to retrofit these ships and then they can now get armor. And you actually see our fleet defense has gone up massively now that we've implemented shields and we're about to improve our armor as well. So the power of our ships is going up basically 4-fold right now. Okay, perfect. The actual strength of our ships didn't actually go up, but we can see that they do have some armor now on them, I believe. Yeah, this ship has 50 armor. I think it takes a little bit of a while for it to kick in. They should all have enough ships. So if we click this, they should all go to retrofit now, which will hopefully sort them out. I think they're just queued right now. That's why it's doing that. Perfect. Okay, cool. So how are we looking on construction-wise? We're doing fine. I don't want to get too much into these asteroids. One thing which is kind of annoying when it comes to building in asteroids is once you put down a mining station, it mines a ton of things around it. However, these still appear until you get rid of it. So for example, if I build a mining station here, it's going to say that all of these can still be mined until I actually finally do that. I assume it's going to, yeah, it's still the case, right? Yeah, it's still showing me. So you want to be kind of selective with where you stick down your mining stations. It's just something to keep an eye on because you could arguably have a mining station in every single one of these and that could get quite annoying. We also have our first admiral as well. He looks really good and he has some amazing traits as well. Technical is great. Ship construction, base maintenance, and ship maintenance is going to go a long way, allowing us to have a much larger fleet than we currently have. I'm happy with that. And also he has bonuses to targeting, armor strength as well. And we've increased our fleet a little bit. I've increased it to currently 6 escorts. We have 257 fleet power. To take on any of the bases, we need a strength of, I guess, close to 1,000. The thing is, though, if you get PDS, you actually destroy these stations quite effectively because they're mainly just bombers and interceptors. If you don't have PDS, you're just going to die because you have no way of killing the fighters and bombers. But with PDS, you cut down their strength very quickly. I think they have like 1 missile outside of that. Oh, nice. We also got a research breakthrough, which gave us extra percentage on research labs, which is awesome. The sooner we get back, the sooner we're going to have to start popping off with our research. Good job on our scientists as well. The next thing we're going to grab as soon as we get the research labs, which should hopefully be done any second now, we're then going to go up and immediately get, and this is something I probably should have got a little bit sooner, but you can go up and grab the new warp drive, the stable warp drive, and we're going to go ahead and grab that. Can we grab that now, right? We can queue it, right? Yeah, we can queue it. I want to make sure that it's in there. If I do that, yeah, then it goes and sits it right there, which is perfect. This stable warp drive will allow us to actually go outside of our first solar system, so we can now start exploring the other systems that are scattered around us, which is really useful. And we're going to immediately pay as well to make this go back a little bit faster. I think it'll be worth it. 22,000, it is worth it. It really is. It's a lot of money, but we saved 2 years on that research, allows us to start exploring. There's very good arguments that suggest that you should just grab that right away, so you can just go out into the universe and see what's out there. A bit sad. I was hoping we get a colonizable planet in our solar system, because that's kind of what our faction is all about, but unfortunately we don't have one, so we're just going to have to wait until this warp drive is done so we can start exploring around us, and that should hopefully lead to it. I have gone ahead and built a few more exploration ships. I think I have 2 or 3 more on the go, which we can go ahead and find right here. Yeah, we have 5 of them right now, and they're basically just waiting for that. None of them have any missions, so as soon as this is done, they'll warp back, they'll get that better engine, and then they'll go out into the galaxy. And again, that's kind of why people do recommend getting this warp drive, basically this as your second tech. I was a little bit too scared of pirates, and I probably should have grabbed this one right off the bat. The next things we've done, we've got queued up. We do have the next starship, so the next military ship. We've got a frigate on the go. This is going to allow us to add more modules and be able to do a few more things. And then we're also getting point defense, because I really want to clear out these space stations as soon as possible. You can see that we actually have a handful of ships here in this one where we have the pirates set up. If we get rid of them, we can actually repair all these ships and utilize them, which will be nice. I think there's some really good ones in here as well. Yeah, there's a bunch of frigates here. And freighters, which will all have resources, and they'll be useful to use basically. So we're going to try and grab them as quickly as possible, and to do that we're going to need to focus a little bit on military, but obviously we can't sacrifice expanding out. Whilst that's happening as well, we can also take a look at what we're currently losing. So right now we are losing Castellon pretty quickly. We need to try and find more access to that. The sooner we get Castellon into our empire, the better. We are also losing a bit of steel, but not that much, and we'll hopefully, when we get some more stations up in this asteroid field, be able to counteract that balance. Our biggest problem right now, though, is, yeah, definitely Castellon. Losing 6 a second when we don't have that much in stockpile is going to be bad. We need to get as many mining ships out there to help speed up the mining. I think we actually only have one. We only have one source of Castellon as well, which is our gas giant, which is actually very unlucky as well. Okay, nice. The stable warp field has now been completed. That should mean that all of our exploration ships, yeah, are immediately retrofitting, so we will see them very quickly. And the game also is suggesting we need to build another one. We have 40 grand in the bank. I am happy to do that. And then we can also possibly spend as well to improve this 14k to cut the research time basically in half. That's so much time. It's like, if you have the money to boost research, there's almost no time where you shouldn't. We just saved 4 years on getting this frigate. Is insane. And it only cost us 10 grand as well, which is a lot of our money, don't get me wrong, but we are also making 2200 right now, which is perfect. So yeah, we're going to send out all of these guys, and then as soon as we're retrofitted, you guys will start to see the expansion of the game really come into play. Okay, and here we go. We get our first message from the raiders. They are saying they want us to pay them 125 credits a month for basically security. Now, this is fine and all. Like, 125 credits really isn't a lot to us right now. We have 2 grand. However, keep in mind that there are multiple raider groups. So not only are these guys saying like, yeah, we'll protect you, other raider groups, which are bigger and badder, could say, actually, wait a minute, you know, we want to come and mess you up. Like, just because we're befriending these guys doesn't mean we're going to befriend anybody else. We're going to accept this deal because 125 credits is like nothing to us right now. We are making we were making a lot more money. Is obviously, yeah, taking out about $1 grand of our income right there. That's fine, whatever. We can accept that. That's all good. And he also wants me to build some more exploration ships and more escorts. Now that we are meeting pirates, I am 100% going to build some more escorts. So let's maybe just grab, I don't know, like 2, 3, 4, 5 more escorts. Let's grab that. That should be enough to kind of keep us safe. Obviously, we are also befriending people, and boom, just like that, we are now exploring the galaxy. You can see that our soldiers going off. We've encountered new pirate groups right off the bat. Yeah, again, these are not the ones we befriended, right? Or are they? Are they the ones we befriended? We appreciate our unique culture, which is good. Yeah, I don't think they are. I think they're a completely different faction. So you can start to see as soon as we can see right here, right? Yeah. So we befriended these guys, and then there's another group of pirates out here somewhere who are going to start harassing us, causing us issues. But yeah, right off the bat, you can see now all of our ships are now going out. Our borders are expanding because we're exerting influence over them. And then we also have, it was only a matter of time before we encountered you. Our advanced scouts warned us of your existence, though, to be honest, many believe you are not real. And oh no, I was just reading on in this note, and it looks like we've just kind of run into a conclave of Duat, which are the other DLC faction. That's not good. That is not good at all. We're going to have to be very, very cautious right there. We were already being attacked. Yeah, so the pirates are already coming in now, and our fleet has automatically been dispatched. Obviously, I set the parameters here, but they've automatically been dispatched here to deal with the raiders who are coming to attack my mining stations. And what they'll try and do is they'll try their best to basically just kind of raid the mining stations and steal all the goods on them. They won't destroy them because they want me to stay rich and fat so they can raid me more. They don't want to destroy them. And yeah, the pirates have now arrived as well. We can invest in diplomacy or declare war. We don't have 20,000 credits, so we have to declare war on the Mercy. Mohammed's Void have forced us to show them the errors of their way. Oh god, what are we doing here? What are we doing? They're offering protection, right? So these guys are offering to protect us, which are these guys, right? I mean, I want to show off some space combat, so I'm going to do it again. You can see how slow our ships are as well. I'm not sure if we can just warp in or what. Oh my god, there's a lot of their ships here as well, isn't there? Is this multiple pirate groups or what? Oh my god, that's a lot. That is a lot. Okay, you guys? Yeah, okay. Protect us. Protect us. Yeah, okay. Oh my. I will accept that protection treaty. So are you guys part of that? Are we friends now? Yeah, we're friends now, right? And here you go. We're now fighting. I don't think these are our friends. And you can see the ships going in. We're shooting in our blasters at them. A lot of our ships are now warping out of that conflict because that was, yeah, not great for us. And we immediately warped out. Oh my, that was a lot. And now we've got, yeah, these friendlies? These are friendlies, right? These are friendly pirates coming in. So it's a very, like, brutal stage right now. There's pirates everywhere. And until we get our frigates up, it's going to be hard to deal with them. However, once you start to get to that point where you can deal with the pirates, it's fine. I recommend in your first couple of playthroughs just to pay the pirates. You can also, put more guns on your mining stations as well. So you can rig these guys in the early game. Really easy to do. Go to ship design, go down to your mining stations, edit them, and you can actually, so right now they don't actually have any guns on them, but we could stick on some seeker missiles, for example, make them more expensive, and we'd have to get rid of something on these ships, so you can do that, and that'll basically make your mining stations a bit more self-sufficient from these early raids, which are nice. More pirates have now arrived as well, and yeah, they're causing us some issues, right? But the pirates are fighting one another as well. So we have the pirates who are here to protect us and the pirates who are here not to protect us as well. It's a really, really funny situation. Yeah, and our fleet's kind of arrived over here again. I'm not really expecting our fleet to be able to do much right now. And we also do have a ton more ships as well, right? Yeah, we have all these other escorts that are being built as well, which just aren't quite done yet. So we're going to select all of these guys and we're going to stick them to join the first fleet. And there should also be you as well. Which should also be in the first fleet as well. Yeah, we need to buff up this fleet for sure. Get our, as soon as the frigates are done, we're in a good situation. And also gain some point defense as well. Be very nice. Right now, though, this fleet can't really do much because we are fighting an upper class, basically, of enemy ships. So we're going to go back and probably repair as best as we can, have some more ships there, and just hope that the raiders can protect us. Oh, a new spy has arrived as well. Yeah, which is nice. And then these guys are helping us out some more as well, which is fine. Yeah, we need to bring our fleet back and defend. But yeah, if we zoom out immediately, you can start to see we are discovering much more about the galaxy right off the bat. And yeah, we're going to be getting kind of notifications saying we're under attack. And we just need to focus on that. I'm trying to save my money so we can put a bunch of frigates as soon as they're built because they're just bigger gun platforms and something very useful. However, we should now have a ton more mining locations as well. Actually, no, we actually don't have that many more mining locations. We're still surveying, I guess, and some should pop up soon enough, I think. But yeah, back to this. Yeah, we can actually see some of them warping in as well on our fleet. So we're actually going to be fully engaging these frigates now. Do we have any more ships being built? We need ships to be built and immediately sent to the front. So there you go. You can see this frigate coming in. Our shields are being hammered, but thank God we have shields, right? You can see our plasma weapons doing a lot of damage to their shields as well. right off the bat. And like directional combat is also a thing as well, so you can't shoot like behind you and stuff. Wherever your guns are, have to be able to hit them. Yeah, let's select our fleet and just focus fire, I guess. When everybody focusing down on one ship, right? That'd be the way to do it. We could also warp out the entire fleet as well to like our space station here. Yeah, I think it's a good idea. Can we warp here? Are they gonna warp so we don't lose ships or not? I need you guys to warp. Yeah, we're going to set them to repair, I think, and they should all go back. Because we're going to start losing ships right now. Can we retreat? Yeah, sorry, retire. Was that retire? No, retire and move. I need you guys to get here. Because, yeah, we're just losing ships right now. There's no way for me to tell them to warp. So, actually, probably what's the best thing to do then is tell them to, like, go over here. Yeah, like go here and then retreat back is probably there's probably an easy way to do it, but I think now just warping out and then coming back is a better idea because our ships just are not capable of taking them out. And yeah, I think you can see that a few of our ships have been knocked out as well right off the bat, which isn't good. They might not destroy them all though. It's not looking good. Yeah, a few of our ships are warping out. And we just need to get over here as quickly as possible. Because now if our space station's here, our space station will do a great job at killing the pirates. It should do. Right now, though. Oh, my God. It's not looking good. Yeah. Meeting 3 full pirate. I mean, they don't all dislike me as well. You're supposed to be protecting me as well, right? Sorry. This is the faction that's supposed to be protecting me, no? No, these are... Okay, cool. Let's pause that right off the bat. But yeah, they don't like me. This is why it's also a good idea as well. I've made a clear mistake here that I should have been preaching what I was saying. Is you don't always want to go with the first pirate group. Like, these guys can't do anything against these guys. However, it was not a bad idea to speak to them and try and negotiate a deal for protection, right? Yeah, I'd much rather... Offer faction does not want this treaty. This offer is too soon after the last change. So yeah, I messed up. I should have kind of just taken a look at this beforehand and seen what faction was the strongest. Because right now, these guys are protecting me. But obviously, these are the scary ones. These ones will be able to protect me from everybody. But right now, yeah, it makes us into a bit of a tricky situation. Oh, we also discovered something here. I think we are in the process of discovering something here, which is cool. Right now, though, yeah, things aren't looking great for the pirates. Hopefully, it's not going to be too long until we can discover them and meet back up with them. How's our fleet looking again? The first fleet is mainly warped out, right? Yeah, mainly warped out. So warp back in here. Yeah, I want you guys just to all warp here. Yeah, you guys are currently repairing here. So repair here for sure. And that should warp them back in, right? Yeah, that'll warp them back in. We don't have a lot of ships as well. And they're also chasing me as well. That is brutal. And our space station should be offering some support, though. Yeah, I do highly recommend sticking some weapons on your ships as well in the early game. You can always remove it later on. So, for example, right here, what do we have? Do we have any guns? Yeah, we have a particle beam and some warp bombs. But you can see, you can really stack this station up to have some very scary weapons. And the thing is as well, as soon as we get this frigate and we start building frigates as well, the situation is going to completely change. You can see we've actually done some decent damage to a few of these. There you go. Our ships have now warped in. I think I'm going to try and focus down. What one's really weak? Is it this one? No, it's this one, right? Yeah, I mean, the problem is they're going to run away as well. That's also a big thing. So let's control 1 these guys. Set them to fleet 1. And yeah, try and focus down the ship. And also get you to focus that down as well. You can also get like ion drives as well to destroy their warp drives so they can't run away. And as soon as this is done, we can then start building frigates and everything will be okay. Come on, keep on hitting them. We've got their actual hold down to 91%. Again, they're going to run away. I don't have any ion drives right now. Or ion weapons. Yeah, you can see they warp away. So yeah, again, getting ion weapons, I think, whereabouts are they? The tractor beam, I think it is, means they can't run away. I think it's this weapon. Or no, or it's also ion. So yeah, ion knocks out their shields and a tractor beam stops them from moving. So I think either of these works pretty well. And it does only take a year to get. So again, getting this early tech, getting like deflectors and an early ion, I think is a good idea to grab up as well. But again, the only reason we're in this situation where things are a little bit rough in the early game is mainly because I just messed up, right? I should have got these guys to protect me and we would have been absolutely fine. Can also start to see as well, if we go to our new mining locations, we should start to see a bunch more stuff scattered out. Is there really nothing? Have we not even like discovered a bunch of this stuff yet? Or is it because our construction ships don't have... Yeah, what are you surveilling? You're right. Yeah, you're currently surveilling something down here. Yeah, I guess we just haven't discovered much here yet. Oh, we also discovered this as well over here, which is down here, but it's probably too far for our construction ships maybe to get, and that's why it's not showing up. These resources would be great to get access to. We're just going to grab them manually, I guess. Yeah, we've already got both of these, which is good. Yeah, nice. Good job. Good job. Oh, thank God our frigates are now produced. That is big. We're also going to probably just rush ion weapons as well. Get them done. It's probably not worth the 7,000 credits. And yeah, so if we take a look at our frigate really quickly, we'll be able to see the strength of it. So where do we have it? We have our frigate right here. If you take a look at it, you can see it now has plenty more guns on it and much bigger shields as well, which again is really important. Yeah, for some reason, it has double ion engine and a bunch of basic reactors. I wouldn't mind taking another gun on this, but it's probably best to wait until we have the ion, I guess. Do we need the sensor array as well? It's short-range scanning. I don't think we need that. Can we get rid of that and then maybe stick a like seeker missile on? Yeah, that would work. We could do that, and then we could do that, and then also put an ion on it when we have the ion done in a year's time. That's big. And then, of course, we want to build a bunch of these frigates. So they are expensive, but maybe 4 of them will be enough, and we'll purchase them. And then what we'll do is we'll immediately go over to our fleet. We'll find the new frigates, and we will stick them into ships not in fleet. And then we'll stick all of these into our first fleet. And that should basically be enough to allow us to hold the line for a little bit longer. They still have. But I think with that, that is where we are going to end the episode today in the sponsored video. Again, things we would just do is wait until our diplomacy is reset with them and then negotiate a new treaty with them. I think is more than a good enough idea. Oh, also, this is actually a cool thing to show off as well, quickly before we do wrap up the episode, is we found an Acdarian colony. So this isn't another player. This is just another kind of independent nation of Acdarians. Acdarians are an awesome faction. They're probably my favorite faction, and they mesh perfectly with our own faction as well. They kind of have the same ideals. They're like a technocracy, and basically what this means is we can bring this colony into our own empire diplomatically, because they're kind of like a city-state almost, if you think about Total War or Bannerlord. Yeah, they're basically like a city-state, or Civ 6, for example, that we can now bring into the fold of our empire. We just have to befriend them. To do so, really easy. We can just send them gifts and just keep on doing positive stuff with them, and we can get them to join. We can get their planet. We can get the Acdarians into our empire, which will allow us to then use their leaders, which they have great technology leaders and other stuff like that. The game is also telling me, dude, you need another frigate. We'll grab that as well. But yeah, I think that's where we're going to wrap up today's episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Again, do not make the same mistake I did, where, you know, just make sure you pick the right pirate group to be your friend, the powerful pirate group, or just wait until you have frigates and iron weapons to deal with them. Again, if we have enough iron weapons, we'd be fine to deal with these guys. And as soon as we start getting frigates out, we'll be able to match them quite nicely. But until that time, we're going to continue to build up our fleet and yeah, make ourselves nice and safe. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Be sure to check out the link down below in the description, and definitely check out Distant Worlds 2. As you can see, it's nowhere near as intimidating as it may look. Everything is really well explained, and you can just automate stuff. As I said, utilize this feature right here. Start off the game with the default on automation and be like, oh, actually, I do want to command my military, so I'm going to go ahead and go manually military attacks, or, you know, even just the suggested feature is really good, useful, and just slowly do that. As I said, I always do manual research, and I normally do manual base construction, and again, suggested ship thing here as well is also really nice to turn on. And that's kind of just how I roll. I mean, I'm like, okay, yeah, I know, I get how colony tax works. I'm going to stick that on manual now, and I'm going to adjust it myself. Exploration, you can see how you can adjust the basics of exploration right here as well by just clicking on these and cycling through them. It's all really simple. Once you start playing, you really start to get the hang of the game, and I highly recommend you check it out using, of course, the link down below in the description. So once again, a big thank you to Slytherin for sponsoring this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.